Does this movie have the touch and the power? Let's find out. Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Thieves here, and welcome back to another movie review. With the release of Transformers 1, I am seeing it either tomorrow or Thursday. I am here today to do a review on the Transformers the movie. So the Transformers the movie is a Transformers film. Yeah, the previous Transformers fully animated film before we got Transformers 1, and it is based on the Transformers cartoon series, for the G1 generation, and it's directed by Nelson Shin, and it came out in the year 1986, which was probably one of the weaker years of the 1980s decade. Aliens would be the best movie that year, by the way. And it stars Peter Cullen, Judd Nelson, Frank Welker, Leonard Nimoy, Orson Welles, etc. And so the film tells a story. There wasn't really a lot of plot, so I'll try the best I could to summarize this plot. It tells the story of the Autobots who must stop a colossal planet consuming ether named Unicron from taking over Cybertron, and they must also defend Cybertron from Decepticons who are very much trying to wipe out the Autobot race before Unicron gets his time to eat the planet. And yeah, Optimus does get killed off for like a vast majority of the film. So at the same time, they must do all they can to bring back Optimus, and yeah, that's the plot for the film. Okay, now I know you guys are wondering why I sound like this. Now, before I get with the review, I just want to point out on why I sound tired and stuff. Yeah, basically I just woke up, but this is the only time when I have to do this. Yeah, I honestly, yeah, I've been busy lately, but the morning is the only time when I can get a chance to make a movie review, make a video. And this is recording. I don't even know when I'll actually upload this, tomorrow maybe, but you'll just see. So yeah. So anyways, yes, now, if you guys remember, when leading up to Transformers Rise of the Beast last year, I did a review on almost all of the Transformers films. I did a review on all five of the Michael Bay Transformers films, and I did one on Bumblebee. But there was one Transformers film that I did not get to review because I just felt no desire to talking about or actually rewatching the film back then, and that was this film that I am going to be reviewing today. I honestly just didn't really feel like watching this film. I only wanted to watch the live action ones. Now, I would say right now that I am not a fan of the cartoon Transformers film. In fact, the Transformers G1 series, yeah, I have no nostalgia. Yeah, but that's because I tried to watch it as a kid, but honestly, I just couldn't get into it. Like I couldn't watch more episodes of the show. I don't even think I finished the episode because it just wasn't for me. Like it just looked so cheesy and dated. It was just not for me. However, I did grow up while watching the Michael Bay Transformers films. I didn't see Darker the Moon in theaters, even though I already started to watch to know about Transformers back then. But I just didn't really know that Darker the Moon was in theaters. So Age of Extinction was the first Transformers films I saw in theaters, and I think you guys already know that I am not a Transformers fan in general. Now, I don't hate Transformers, but it's just not really one of my favorite things in the media. There are things that I'm more of a fan of, and Transformers is just not one that I would say I have a passion towards. It's not like a film that I would like. It's not like a franchise I would rewatch occasionally. Only probably when there's a new Transformers film. But however, there is only one Transformers film that I would say I'm a massive fan of, and that is Bumblebee. Yeah, you already know. You guys already know how much I'm a fan of Bumblebee. It's kind of a shame that nobody is talking about Bumblebee anymore, and even like ever since Transformers One came out, like people have started to ignore Bumblebee and would call Transformers One the best Transformers film just because it's anime, it's fully animated. What I will admit that I don't really praise Bumblebee as a Transformers guy. The main reason why I praise Bumblebee is because of Haley Steinfeld. Yeah, Haley Steinfeld is neck to neck with Kristen Bell as my absolute favorite actress of all time, and I already shared the story tons of times, but I will say it again for the sake of this video, and also for people who didn't see my Bumblebee review, aka my newcomers, or people just dumb enough to not watch my reviews on live action films. But um, Charlie Watson was actually the Haley Steinfeld role that got me into Haley Steinfeld in general. Like I, I even started to have a crush on Haley Steinfeld after watching Bumblebee. Like I remember like when I was watching Bumblebee in the theater, I was just so in love with Haley Steinfeld's Charlie like the character. So yeah, so I praise Bumblebee more as a Haley Steinfeld fan than as a Transformers fan. But at the same time, it is still a movie made for Transformers fans. But I guess maybe fans of Michael Bay Transformers films won't like it because there's not much action and it's like too lighthearted. But that's what really makes Transformers Transformers. They're meant to be kid friendly and lighthearted with some action scenes to it. And when it comes to me not being a Transformers fan, my honest thoughts on this film that I am reviewing right now, just can easily tell you how much of a non-fan I am because the Transformers the movie is a film that is made for only the Transformers fans. Transformers fans will fall in love with this film. With like the action and just the fact that a vast majority of the film is just all about fighting. They push the story aside. There's like barely any story here. And that's pretty much what Transformers fans came to this film just to see action. But for me, as someone who isn't a Transformers fan, honestly, I am not a fan of this film, and it did not age well. Now this is not a bad movie by any means, absolutely not. There was some effort to make it good, but it's just more of a me thing. That's not a very good movie. And it's just not my cup of tea. It is one of the most outdated movies I have ever seen. It is just beyond dated, and as a result, it just feels a little harder to watch because of just how dated it was. And don't give me that it's from the 80s excuse. There are some 80s animated films that actually do age well, like The Little Mermaid, for example. Which I think if you haven't guessed by now, The Little Mermaid is my favorite animated film of the 1980s. Now, yeah, that one aged well, but this is just one of those animated films that just does not really appeal to me. And I wish I liked this because this can also be made for action junkies like myself. Everyone knows that action is my favorite genre. Like, action is my go-to genre. Yeah, I have seen a few movies from other genres like horror or drama, but action is always my go-to genre. Like, always the genre I would see in theaters. Action is pretty much my first stepping stone to becoming a film fan. Action movies are the movies why I'm a film buff, why I want to watch more movies. But it did start off with just mostly watching action movies. Like when I was a teenager, like or a preteen, like that's the action genre would like probably be the only genre I care about. Maybe animation, but then again, animation is not a genre. But when it comes to live action movies, I only gave a shit about action. But but of course, as a cinephile now, I started to get into like more kinds of films. But what I'm trying to say is, I am a sucker for action. I am an action fan, and I even love movies that have non-stop action to it, like never-ending action from beginning to end. Like a perfect example of this is the John Wick franchise. I love John Wick a lot because of just how much action they are. Like it's just ultra violent, non-stop action from beginning to end. But yeah, Transformers the movie is a non-stop action film that I don't like. But let's kind of like examine what makes me love John Wick, but not this one. Both of them are non-stop action films, and like that's why. The John Wick franchise have substance to them. They actually do have a story. They have things that are actually going on. I mean, the action just serves a purpose to the story. But the main problem I have with with this movie is that there is no substance. It's all just fighting. But they don't. But I still want to see story and characters in them, and at least a time to breathe. Yeah, this film is just so exhausting to watch, and literally I honestly stopped caring halfway through. Yes, I will say I like the first half of the film, like the first portion of the film. I think it is enjoyable, and I was already getting into this film. I was already getting myself invested in just seeing Autobots just fight. I was already liking it. But unfortunately, the film did go downhill. Some other things I liked about this film include the soundtrack. Sure, yes, there are times when they unnecessarily use 80s 80s IP licensed songs, like terribly stupid. Yeah, that dance scene where the Autobots were singing, we're dancing to terribly stupid. What can I say? Yeah, that was actually the funniest scene in the film. Yeah, just by how cringy and awkward their dances. And keep in mind, this is actually not it. This is barely a comedy. It's more focused on action, and that's actually one thing I'll give this film credit, is that it's not that much of a comedy. Meaning we don't have to sit through babyish jokes. But then again, the 80s animated films that don't really include childish animated humor like that we got, and especially what I saw in the Bumblebee in the Transformers 1 trailer. I'm sorry, but I already know I'll criticize the humor, the badass Ultron. Yeah, like no, and oh yeah, especially the hey Darkwood, my hand is getting to you. Guess which one? Yeah. At least this film doesn't have any cringy kids pandering humor. But the humor just comes from the fact that it's just so cheesy because of how outdated it is. But the score is actually really good. I love how I love how they used 80s like score, and also I love that song. You got the power, you got the touch. Yeah. It's actually one of my absolute favorite Transformers songs. Now, Back to Life from Bumblebee is my favorite Transformers song, and it will always be my favorite Transformers song, especially when it's sung by my personal favorite singer, Hailee Steinfeld. Well, technically, neck and neck with Taylor Swift, but I'd say that you got the power. Yeah, that song is better than all of the Michael Bay Transformers songs. Better than What I've Done. Yeah, better than New Divine. Yeah, New Divine. The song from Age of Extinction. I forgot the title, but I do remember the song itself. No one can save me now. Indescribable, built to divine. Yeah, Battle Cry. That's the title. You Got the Power is probably better than any song in the Michael Bay, but nothing beats Back to Life. It's just a song that I can listen to over and over again. But yeah, other than that, the film did lose me. The film did lose me in the second half, because I honestly wanted them to. At this point, it came up to the point where I just wanted to see the movie breathe. Like, I didn't want to see all action. I just wanted to see some breathing, and no, what we didn't get that. And as a result, I just got bored. It just started to feel like a chore to sit through, because I just did. At this point, I just stopped caring about what was going on in this film. The runtime of this film is 80 minutes, but it felt a lot longer than that runtime. Like, it almost felt like a 2 hours film. That's not much to drag. I was like there even like some point in the middle, like it already felt like 80 minutes, and when I checked the time, it hasn't been an hour yet. So I just it started to just leave the impatient and waiting. Can this movie just end? Okay, I had enough. I don't want to see more. And yeah, there's like literally little to no plot about it. People say that John Wick franchise has no story. Yes, there is a story. You just didn't understand it. But this one, it's just basically, oh, the Autobots must protect Cybertron from Unicron. They need to stop the Decepticons from they need to fight the Decepticons. But there's no actual substance. Like it felt like they had no idea what to do. I know it was made just to impress the fans, but you also gotta have substance too, in order to like cater to non-Transformers fans like me. Oh, and another issue I have with the film is that there are far too many characters here. And these characters I just did not give a shit about. Optimus was barely in the film. Like, I hated the idea of Optimus, being killed off just for quote unquote emotional weight when there isn't. Like, the movie tried hard to be emotional, but it isn't. But a lack of Optimus like really did affect the film. Now, I respect this movie's decision for killing off Optimus. It was a lot. It's a lot like similar to the X-Men animated series and X-Men 97. Basically, both of them combined where Professor X dies, like the most important member of the team, and he had to like rely on everyone else to be able to fight for him. It's kind of like that, except that with the X-Men animated animated series, both of them, what particularly with X-Men 97, what made them work for me is that I actually cared about these characters. I actually gave a shit about them. I care about all the other X-Men members. That's why I don't have a problem with like the film the series not hardly featuring Charles, but Transformers one, no sorry the Transformers movie, this one, with like a lack of Optimus, like I barely even like cared about these other characters, especially that kid. Yeah, that kid, I just he's just bored. That human kid is just so boring, and it was just so annoying about the fact that he was that he was like a major character in the film, and I'm probably gonna forget about him because just how much I cared so little about this kid. Oh, by the way, another positive about this film I forgot to mention is the voice acting. Not great voice acting. There are some voice performances that are weird and way too aged for me. Like, it was just it just became so cringy. But I mean, I like that Pierre Cullen voiced Optimus. And yeah, now, even though I actually think this is better than all the Michael Bay Forest films except Dark of the Moon, I will say the one thing the Bayformers movies did better than this is Pierre Cullen. Yeah, I think Pierre Cullen did sound a little off and a lot different because he was a lot younger. So yeah, but I think Pierre Cullen being much older in voicing the Optimus as an older actor, I think it works a lot well than hearing young Pierre Cullen. And Orson Welles as Unicron, as in the Orson Welles from Citizen Kane, that is, as Unicron, that is honestly freaking insane. Like, they keep getting insane talents to like voice Unicron. Like, first the Coleman Domingo as Unicron in Rise of the Beast, and now Orson Welles. That is insane. So overall, the Transformers movie is a love letter to Transformers fans for sure. It has things that Transformers fans wanted, but it is a film that is not for me. It is a film with no substance and also no care about it is a film that is very inconsiderate to non-Transformers fans, and as a result, you got this film that felt like an absolute chore to sit through, and I'm probably gonna forget about this film. I'm probably gonna forget about this film, yeah, after reviewing this, after like posting my review, or like within the next few days. Yeah, and I'd say it's mid-tier Transformers when it comes to my ranking. I'll probably rank the Transformers movies again in after seeing Transformers One, but yeah. So also for my review of the Transformers the movie. Oh, by the way, I forgot my rating, but it's a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I'll yeah. That's the best rating. That's the best rating I can give it. So also for my review of this. What are your thoughts on the film? Are you a, Transformers fan who absolutely adores this movie because of how nostalgic and fan service ish it is, or are you siding with me that this movie is not your cup of tea and you're not a Transformers fan, or are you not a Transformers fan but you're actually able to find some enjoyment out of this? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for my review on Transformers 1. So yeah, bye guys.